Hey guys, great to have you on tonight on the replay for Teachable Tuesday. It is the 16th of July. Kirsty Snyder here alongside Daniel Kump. Thank you guys for popping on. The information we're going to go over tonight is specific to your income producing activities within your TFT business. And we want you to pay full attention. So be sure to take note, have pen to paper, reference the document below this video if you need to. That'll be just a link right below. Welcome into the replay. Thanks for taking the time. We are going to let everyone in now. All right. Rocking and rolling, guys. As soon as you are here, please put a 2 in the chat if you can hear and see us. Let us know where you are tuning in from, what city, what state, or what country. We'd love to hear from you.
Choose.
And as always, well, not always, but oftentimes I ask the question, if you could make a certain amount over the next 30 days, how much would you like to make? Drop it in the chat right now for me. 10,000, Haley, love it. Okay, cool. Who else? We've got $6,000. Awesome, Bert. Love it for you. Okay, 10,000. Awesome. So I want you to think about, let's just take a middle number in between that, okay? Like 7,500. If you were literally to make 7,500 by August 16th, what would that do for you today? Like if you knew for a fact that I was going to call you up and say, hey, Beth, hey, Cindy, hey, Chris, hey, Christina, hey, Sim, hey, Bert, you just made $7,500 and I called you up August 16th, exactly a month from now, saying that. Would you act differently today? If you knew that that was coming, would you have gone live today? Would you have started a new channel today? Would you have produced that one more piece of content or followed up without hesitation? Would you have done something more for your business if you knew that that was coming? Yes, of course, right? Exactly, George. Exactly, Beth. So what I want you to do is take that number. Okay, we'll just give the example of 7,500. Take the number of 7,500. If you know you cannot get that from your boss and you knew for a fact, let's say you were just a fortune teller, you were, the genie predicting the future here in 30 days, and you knew that you were going to make $7,500, you would show up differently tonight. You would show up differently after this video. You would show up differently on the replay. You would show up differently in the production you have, the DMs you send, how many leads you're getting, your mindset around the amount of leads you're getting. The amount of income that you want has to match what you're doing, okay? If that makes sense for you guys, please drop a makes sense in the chat for me, okay? I just want you to think about that as we walk through things tonight, because we are going to be talking about IPAs, income producing activities. We are going to specifically dive into what is working the best and why it can work for you. You need to check in with yourself and say, am I doing these things? And if I am, how consistently am I actually doing them? Or am I just checking the box and I'm showing up? I'm showing up. I'm here. I'm on the training. That's great. But last I checked, just showing up on the training does not give you the income production, right? So you have to actually be doing the activity for what you learn. If that makes sense, just drop your favorite emoji for me. Any thoughts, Daniel, before you dive in?
No, I mean it's all good. Just it's going to tie directly to what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right, rock it out.
All right. Yeah. 1 sec. Boom. Boom.
And do you have a document for tonight? Did you share that with me already?
I do not have a document for tonight because I'm using slides tonight, and it's
perfect.
Very straightforward. I mean, if you guys want, you can take a screenshot. But what the information we're going to cover is very straightforward. It doesn't really need a document for you guys to follow along. You could kind of get and understand what we're going to be talking about here. It's actually a little bit of a kind of redo of what I talked about on Friday. So I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get going. We're going to rock this bad Larry out. So let me pop this wide open. All right, cool. So when we did there's two 90-day challenges kind of that happened this year. One was from March 25th to June 25th. That was done kind of on the side of the group, but everybody was welcome. And now we're doing another 90-day challenge, basically from roughly mid-June until September. So basically the entire summer is what we're doing right now. And what we're talking about tonight is doing the 90-day challenge. I looked at everything that we were doing, and I looked at everything that I do what you guys are doing. And I kind of sat back and I said, what are the gimmies? What are the gotta haves? Not the let me think about it. It's not the want tos. Like, what are the absolute most positively producing income activities that happen each and every day that yield the biggest results? Does that make sense, guys? Hopefully that makes sense. So I was kind of thinking of like, what are the activities that we could do every single day that yield us the biggest results? Hopefully that biggest result is a sale, consistent sales. If not, growth in your brand, growth in video views, growth in leads, growth in follow-up, growth in communication, just growth in your business. So that's what we're going to be going over tonight. We're going to be talking about, what is out there specifically for income producing activities. And I said to myself, after just going through this previous 90-day challenge from March to June, I said to myself, what can I really hone in and focus on and either do better or do more of in the next 90 days? Okay. So I know Albert's already chiming in there because he was on, with us literally every single day during the previous 90-day challenge. So he knows where I'm going with this. Shannon's going to know where I'm going with this. And several others are going to know where I'm going with this. Those of you guys, Beth, that were hanging out live, Margaret, many others. Okay. So let's break them all down, talk about them, and then I'm going to drill into each one. And more specifically, we're going to talk about why it's important and the time frame it's going to take you, like what it's going to cost you for time to perform this income producing activity. And then ultimately what the net result is for you by performing this income producing activity. Does that make sense, guys? Comment makes sense if that makes sense. Okay. So I want to give you these income producing activities from a few different angles. Okay. So number one, right off the bat, where's my cursor doodad right there? Okay. Number one. Okay. Short form videos. This one is a very obvious gimme. Okay. Very obvious gimme. Okay. So, this is a gotta have every single day. This is a must every single day. Everything that we do starts with short form videos. Okay. And I'm going to break it down and kind of talk about this a little more in detail. It all starts with short form videos. This is kind of like, pardon the reference, but if like you were a drug addict, it's kind of like the gateway drug, you know what I mean? Like it's like if you were going to start online marketing in any sort of way, short form videos is the gateway. That's where you start. And then it all spider webs out from there. It all bridges out from there. Number two, and I'm giving you my focus. I'm giving you what I got out of a 90-day challenge, and maybe take it from me and take it from what we're talking about here. This is what the top recruiters and the funnel team are doing. So that's also should be a really big fat clue. Okay. So number two is YouTube, because I would say 99% of my sales come from YouTube. Probably 100, but 99%. Short form videos funnel into my YouTube channel. People watch a presentation, the same webinar presentation that we have tied in our funnels. I just have it on my YouTube channel. I send people there. They watch the presentation. They get started. So my sales ultimately start from short form videos, land on YouTube, see that I'm a real person, see a full presentation. They see the comments. They see the social proof. They join. Does that make sense so far? Comment makes sense so far. Okay. Make sense so far. 4 words. Okay. Number 3, going live. Going live is a phenomenal way for you guys to connect with your audience. And I thought that when I look out over the next 90 days, after going through the past 90 days, what can I do more of? What can I do better? Is go live. Because I know, like, every single time I go live, I get results in my brand. I get results in my social media profiles. I get results in my business every single time I go live. It's just something that I haven't put enough attention to, but I need to put more attention to because it yields results. And lastly, reach outs. Now, reach outs for some of you guys is going to be like, oh, and I'm going to explain reach outs, and I'm going to explain the benefit, and I'm going to explain like how simple it really is, because doing reach outs is really simple, really easy to do. The biggest hurdle you have to get over with a reach out is what's in your head. Other than that, a reach out is stupid, freaking simple, easy to do, and cost you very little time and can yield you an amazing result. Okay. So understand that. So now let's go break them all down. Okay. So number one, short form videos, right? Let's talk about the time frame. So you're going to put the effort out there. You're going to put the effort into short form videos, right? So what does that time frame look like? It's going to take you about an hour a day. Maybe if you're a newbie, it might take you a little bit longer, right? You got to record the video. You got to edit the video. You got to post the video, right? So as you're new, as you're getting started, it might take you a little bit longer. But as you get going, and even after a week or so of doing this consistently, you could do this in about an hour, and it might even be spread out throughout the day. It might not be all at once. Okay. You might have to reply to, not replay the comments. You might have to reply to comments. Sorry, a little typo there. Right. So does that all make sense so far, guys? About an hour a day if you're going to be doing 3 to maybe 5 short form videos a day, right? Remember, that's the gateway, right? So 3+ short form videos a day, about an hour a day. Okay. Comment SFV, short form video, SFV down in the chat. If you guys picking up what I'm putting down right now. Okay. That makes sense. So this is where it all starts. This is what drives your traffic. This is what gets people to your content, to your funnel link. This is so critically important to be doing every single day. Okay. Now, what is the potential results from 1 hour of doing this activity over and over again? Well, you could have rapid social media growth, or you could have steady social media growth. I've seen so many people over the years. I mean, Kirsty and I could probably tell you story after story after story of people joining our team. They go over to TikTok as an example. They get started, and within like a week, they have like 1,000 followers following a formula. Like, you never know when a video is going to go viral. Okay. So the potential for you doing consistent short form videos is social media growth, right? Steady growth on your social channels, whether you're talking about YouTube, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is. So consistent work at short form videos every single day over time is going to yield you growth on your social channels, increased views to your content, okay? Increase in leads and sales over time. Obviously, I mean, think about this. Some folks, and believe it or not, this actually happens. I know this, I'm going to tell you guys a crazy story, but believe it or not, sometimes people will do this for 3 days and say, something's wrong. I'm not getting leads and sales. I've posted 1 video and I'm not a millionaire yet. What's wrong? Can you believe, like, people will actually say that? Guys, it takes time. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes consistency. But as an example, if you start out, building your business and you have, let's say, 10 followers on Facebook, right? You got 10 followers on Facebook. And then after doing this for 30 days, what if you had 100 followers on Facebook? You literally 10x'd your followers. You went from 10 to 100. Do you think you would increase or decrease your chances for leads and sales when you post a video? If you 10x'd your amount of followers in 30 days, do you think you would increase or decrease? So comment increase or comment decrease. Okay. The obvious answer is you would increase, because you would now be reaching more people. So if you kept going and then in another 30 days, you went from 100 to 500 followers, would you increase or decrease? And then 90 days later, if you went from 500 to 1,000, And think about it. Maybe you started at 10 followers and within 90 days, you could potentially have 1,000 followers. Would you increase your potential for leads and sales? Of course you would. Of course you would. And that's why short form videos is a gotta have every single day. Okay. Some cases, you might even get viral videos, videos that take off and get thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Okay. So, does all this stuff make sense, guys? Comment short form makes sense. Okay. So 4 words, short form makes sense. If all of this makes sense so far, this is why short form videos are incredibly important, because it leads to the steady growth of your channel, of your leads, of your sales, of everything that takes place after this. Okay. Kirsty, anything before we move on to activity number 2?
It really is just like a snowball, you guys. The more that you build it up, the more it has momentum to move down the mountain to continue at good pace. So, as the example Daniel just said, if you were to 10x the amount of followers over the next 30 days, do you think you'd be at the $7,500 by, say, August 16th? Yeah, probably. But the only way for you to go get followers, the only way for you to get the right engagement is to follow what is being taught right here, right now, for the best income producing activities. Does that make sense? Go ahead, Daniel.
Exactly. Okay. So next, number 2, YouTube. Now, I know when it comes to YouTube, some of you guys might poop a little bit, but this is where you actually talk on camera for longer than a minute. We're used to short form videos. Remember, short form is the gateway. But I would really love to see many of you graduate to YouTube. It's kind of like the next notch up in your belt. Okay. Because YouTube is where people get to know you. They get to know your personality, your style. They see that you're real and you're not just a quick 10-second video on TikTok. You're not just a 10-second reel on Facebook, a 10-second reel on Insta. They go to your YouTube channel. I mean, as an example, just ask Catherine, okay, now that she has stepped up her game, and shout out to her in a major way. She has stepped up her game and she is starting to do weekly webinars for our team. Well, guess what? Point blank, like, she is now also taking her webinar video. And I know this is rocket science here, but she's taking her webinar video, she's putting it on her YouTube channel, and she's driving traffic from her short form videos on Instagram over to her YouTube channel. And she's making a lot of sales because people are seeing her full length video and being like, wow, I can really resonate with you now. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. And it's generated her even more sales. Does that make sense, guys? And I know this might seem stupid, blatantly obvious, but this is how you can up your game. This is literally how you can up your game, is start branching out over to YouTube. So let's talk about what it looks like, and then we'll talk about what the results could be, okay? So if you're going to do YouTube videos on a consistent basis, it could take you about an hour, give or take, per day or per video, because you have to record the video, right? You got to edit the video. You got to post the video. You might reply. I don't know. I keep putting reply to comments, right? So that obviously could take a little bit of time, but what does that yield you? What is that going to get you? That is really going to help you build and grow your brand. That's going to help build and grow like your brand awareness out there on social. So you're not just, as an example, if you're just using grab and go videos and grab and go videos and grab and go videos, and you're just that person that's just sharing these little 7-second videos over and over again, could that net you leads and sales? Sure. Of course it could. Will it help you even more if you started to branch out and show people who you are and ultimately why they should join you? And we're going to branch off on a quick little tangent here for a second. All right. I want you to think about this. I want to give you a homework assignment. Okay. You don't need to reply back now, but I did this with people on the 90-day challenge. I want you to write down 3 reasons, and you can put them in the comments here if you want to. I know Albert will be good at this, Beth will be good at this, Shannon will be good at this, others will be good, Margaret will be good at this, right? 3 reasons why someone should join you and not anyone else. What sets you apart from every other person sharing a 7-second video? And I hope you can see where I'm going with this, but I actually want you to pull out a pen and a piece of paper right now and write that down tonight. And then I want you to think about it. I want you to feel that. I want you to know what makes you different than every other Joe Schmo out there trying to do the same thing as you. And then what I want you to do once you have that written down, I want you to put that feeling and I want you to put that thought and I want you to put that messaging into your content. Because if you don't, you're literally just like everybody else. You're like these tiny little minnows in this giant ass lake trying to survive. I hope I'm coming through to you guys. Okay. So that's what can be the difference between you just doing short form videos like everybody else. And don't get me wrong, you could get really good at short form videos. You could have a lot of followers. You could grow a big channel. But ultimately, what's going to set you apart when you get onto YouTube and you start doing full length videos and you let people see you, your personality, your vibe, your energy, that's what can set you apart from others. So let's talk about the potentials of 1 hour of work doing a YouTube video on a consistent basis. The whole point of this is, what are the income producing activities that can yield you the biggest results? Well, you're going to build know, like, and trust from your leads. You can start growing your social channels, not just your YouTube channel, but you could be making videos about creating pieces of content. And hey, while you guys are here watching my YouTube video, you guys should also check out my TikTok channel and see what I'm talking about over there. Is that going to help you get followers on TikTok? Yeah, of course it is, right? Increase views to your content, obviously, right? Increases in leads and sales. And overall, what another income stream. You could monetize your YouTube channel and start making money. Like, think about how stupid simple this sounds. You could literally get paid to have people watch your videos. Like, think about how awesome of a world that we live in, that this is available to you. And some of you guys won't go do it because you're scared. Like, you could literally be getting paid right now to have people watch you speak on camera. And you won't go get paid because you're too scared to press record. Like, you realize how silly that sounds? Like, you could literally be getting paid right now, having videos that are evergreen running. Like, Kirsty and I and others have literally thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of video over the last several years. We're literally earning money as we sit here and talk to you while other people are watching our videos. That could be you too. You could be earning an extra $500, $2,000, $3,000 a month just by having people watch your videos. So you have an awesome opportunity to take advantage of the #2 search engine in the world. It's Google with videos and pictures. People go to YouTube to learn. So when they go to learn about the funnel team, when they go to learn about Gifu, do you want them watching your video or do you want them watching someone else's video? That's up to you, right? So #3, going live. Oh boy, going live. Oh my goodness. I got to speak. Oh, this is like YouTube. Oh man, I got to talk for more than 7 seconds. I got to talk for more than 10 seconds. Well, again, we're talking about the income producing activities that yield the biggest results. When I sat back and I looked at the previous 90 days, these are the ones that impacted me and our team the biggest. Okay. So time frame to perform a live video could be anywhere between 5 and 60 minutes. Now, 60 minutes is a stretch. Most of us don't go live for 60 minutes. I mean, we can, but on average, you could be live from 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. These are averages, 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I think on average, when we go live, it's You know, when we go live on our own channels, you know, between myself or Kirsty or Catherine, it's probably about 30 minutes or so, give or take. Could be a little bit longer, but it's not that long. Now, in that time frame, and we've done so many trainings, guys, teachabletuesdayreplays.com, by the way, BT dubs. You could go learn about when you go live, what to talk about. And that's probably the biggest fear that most people have. What do I talk about? I don't know what I'm going to talk about. We've given you that training. I don't know how many times. Teachable Tuesday replays. You guys can go see it for yourself. Okay. So what could that yield you? 5 to 60 minutes, a handful of times per week. What could that yield you? Know, like, and trust from your leads. You can connect and answer questions, hence building know, like, and trust with your leads. I can't tell you how many people have commented on either my YouTube videos or any of my social media channels and said, hey, I just saw you live, or I just saw your replay. I really like insert whatever cool thing here. I want to get started with you. Like, you seem really real. You seem genuine. You seem like a cool dude. Like, I've gotten, you know, all kinds of comments like that over the years because I go live and I keep it real. I'm myself. Okay. Growth of your social channels, increased views to your content, increased leads and sales, and again, channel monetization. Just like you could monetize Facebook, you could monetize TikTok, you could monetize YouTube. So the more consistently you do this, not only are you going to build your brand, you're going to increase all of those things that you see on your screen, but you could also be monetizing and creating additional income streams. So, simple question. Do you guys want one income stream for the rest of your life, or would you prefer multiple? Comment one or comment multiple. Which one do you guys want? It's pretty simple. Okay. Again, this stuff is all like, everything I'm covering tonight, guys, is all really stupid, simple, basic. And it's kind of point blank and it's kind of direct, but you guys need to know with everything that we teach, this is what is yielding the biggest results. End of story. Like, this is what's yielding the biggest results, right? So, last thing, reach outs. What is a reach out? Let's talk about what a reach out is first, okay? A reach out is, and I've taught this in the 90-day challenge. And as an example, if you want to see exactly what a reach out is, what a reach out looks like, I'm going to unshare my screen here, okay? I'm going to bounce over to our team site here. Okay, let me log in real quick. The fastest way for you guys to know what a reach out is and what I'm talking about here is this. I'm not going to explain it in super crazy detail, okay? But if you guys go here on our team site, you can get through this through the app. You can go through it here, okay? You're going to go down into the 90-day game plan. You're going to go here to where it says 90-day video replay playlist. You're going to go here and you're going to specifically go to day number 2, right here, day 2. This is where I talk about how to do a reach out, what a reach out looks like, how you reach out to specific people. And you're not just reaching out to anyone. You're reaching out to very specific people. So in other words, you're going to a page like Eric Worre, who is a very famous network marketing teacher and educator in the space. You're going to his Facebook profile. You're going to his most recent posts. You're seeing who's engaging with his posts. You're liking their stuff. You're reaching out to them. You're adding them as friends, and then you're sending them a message. Now, to some of you, you might think, well, does that mean you're like sliding into someone's DMs and you're being kind of spammy? Sure. Get over it. What that also means is you're reaching out and you're building your network and you're connecting with people. And in that video that I just shared with you in the 90-day challenge, day number 2, I show you how to do this without being spammy. I show you how to do this and compliment the person that you're reaching out to literally do it in a positive way where you respect them and you comment and you literally compliment them. So it's not just about being a spammy Kathy. It's about doing it effectively and doing it the right way. And I even show you on that video I literally demoed it for you live. Okay. So you could have fun with this. And I know this brings a lot of people fear to reach out to someone they don't know. But let me ask you guys this. If you guys reach out to someone, you guys reach out to another leader in the industry, what's the absolute worst case possible scenario that could happen? You literally send someone a 30-second voicemail. What's the absolute worst case scenario that could happen? They say no and they block you. Like, should you give up and quit your goal and your career aspirations now because someone said no? Of course not. I would go for no's. There's actually a book out there called Go for No. It's actually a really good book because for every X amount of no's you get, you're going to get a yes. Okay. Now, here's what can happen if you do reach outs. This is why I love reach outs. And I'll give you guys a little story here in a minute. So a reach out could literally take you 1 to 3 minutes. So to perform, like if you look at short form videos, if you're going to record all of them, edit all of them, post all of them, right? It could take you about an hour. Some of you guys can do it in less than that. Some of you guys might take you a little more. YouTube videos might take you about an hour, right? Go live might take you about an hour, maybe a little bit less. All of those things are costing you a little more time and they're yielding you slow and steady growth, right? I think that's fair to say. Short form videos, going live, YouTube videos, all slow and steady growth. Some of you may experience more quick growth than others. It all depends on the person and the individual. Reach outs, the beautiful thing I want you guys to realize about reach outs is the potential results for 1 to 3 minutes worth of work. You could land a big leader or producer. You could create massive team growth. You could literally grow your network in a major, major way. Because let's say you do a reach out and you reach out to a big captain, a big leader, and another opportunity, and they just happen to be having a bad day. And your message comes at just the right time. And they're like, wow, I like what I see here. And let's say that person joins you and they bring in 1,000 people. So for 1 to 3 minutes worth of work, you could sponsor a leader that has the potential to bring hundreds or thousands of people onto your team. And I've done this over the years, and that is how we've had several leaders join our funnel team over the years because I reached out. Now, here's how I can put this as bluntly to you as possible. If you don't ask the question, the answer is always going to be no. And it's as simple as that. And to quote the infamous Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you're too freaking scared to ask the question, if you're too freaking scared to post the video, if you're too freaking scared to go live, the answer is always going to be no. The result is always going to be no sales. If you don't take the first step, the result is you don't get the sale. Does that make sense? So if you could just get over yourself and take literally a minute, reach out to someone and be like, hey, what's up? Saw you on so-and-so's post. Just wanted to reach out and say, hey, not sure if you're loving what you're doing, but you may want to see what I'm doing over here, or whatever spin you want to put on it. And again, in that 90-day challenge, I literally demo that for you live and I show you what that looks like. And I show you how to do it with grace and style. So for not a lot of time, you could be yielding yourself a big result. So those guys are the 4 specific things that I've learned over the last 90 days that have yielded me and are going to yield me and many of you the biggest amount of return on investment. So put a little bit of time every single day into short form videos. You know what that's going to yield you. You put time into YouTube. You know what that's going to yield you. You put time into going live. You know what that's going to yield you. You put time and consistency into reach outs. You know what that could potentially yield you. So those are the 4 activities that I'm going to be focusing on. I would strongly suggest that if you're not doing those, that you would want to start doing those and start working your way towards those. And I know some of those can be scary. It can be a little nerve-wracking to go live. It can be a little nerve-wracking to get out there and do your YouTube videos. But I can promise you that the results that you could yield could drastically help improve your business. So I hope that makes sense. Kirsty, anything else?
Now, just to wrap up, you guys, and echoing what Daniel has said, these are the best income producing activities. And it is about you stepping out beyond yourself, not just getting over yourself and saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but saying the reason I'm going to do this is because if I want the extra $7,500 over the next 30 days, I have to do something different than what I've done, right? You can't just keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. You guys know that it's insanity. You have to actually do something different in order to get a different result. As Kylie Flowers always puts it, nothing changes if nothing changes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't
last
know
but
if
not least, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, I was gonna say I don't know if Catherine's here, if she can kind of chime in and um if you can, cool. If not, Catherine, no big deal. I was just gonna see
I'm
if you could
here.
hey. If you could kind of just lend a little feedback to what you've seen over probably, I'd say, the last 2 months since you started doing your own webinars and you started driving traffic to your own personal webinars, what you've seen in feedback, what you've seen in sales, what you've seen in responses, by you kind of pulling yourself out of your comfort zone.
Well, and growth, right? Topic of night. Is,
Your signal's super choppy, Catherine.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. I went on mute for a second there. In a nutshell, just growth all around. As far as feedback from my audience, really, I love to see and hear their feedback because they're like, wow, it's so great to actually hear you speak more, because obviously I have my brand, I've been posting videos, I'm here, I'm present, I'm consistent. And now that they do get to see me really go into depth about what it is that we do, they are giving like great feedback, and it's like, oh my God, it's so eye-opening, it makes so much more sense. And just getting to connect and relate to me is just really the icing on the cake. As far as sales go, more blind sales, meaning that I'm not actually having to sit here and text somebody throughout the entire day of how to get started, what it all is. No, because I've already walked them through the process due to me putting in the time and effort into a longer form video in which someone can gain the knowledge and not have to ask me 100 questions. So again, all around just growth, positivity, and connection.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. And that's just, I mean, there you have it, guys. I mean, it's just by stretching yourself out of your comfort zone. I mean, you can be growing your channel, growing your brand, growing awareness to your leads. And like Catherine was saying, you know, it happens to a lot of us when we start pushing people to, you know, our own presentations. You start getting those blind sales. You don't have to connect. You don't have to answer so many questions because people have the information, then they know, like, and trust you, and they join you. And it's a beautiful thing.
Another thing too is just showing up again authentically yourself. People don't want perfection. They just want you. They just want you to show up, be real. Don't try to give them the fluff. They don't want the fluff. They want you to show up, give them the information that, you know, again, you're talking about in your short form videos, and help them. That's all they want. So show up, be willing to grow, push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Because again, if you are not seeing the type of results that you want to see, it's because you're not doing something. There's something in your daily routine, your activity, or something that you're not doing that's holding you back from what you want. So don't be perfect. Just be willing to put in the work. That's all I got to say.
Perfect. All right. That's it, guys. Short and sweet for tonight.
You guys can check out the replay here within the hour once it's uploaded to our playlist. Be sure to comment on our long-standing Learn thread that we have. I just dropped it in the chat again for you guys. Just comment what you learned. We'd love to have you collaborate if you choose to do that, have other people see this and want to be intentional about getting the replay as well. So we will see you guys in the Facebook group soon. Thanks for popping on tonight. Thanks to Catherine for coming on there for a quick feature. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye now.